Hey guys, and welcome to the best new series on Roblox, the Playing Crazy Racing League. This is a racing league in which several members of my Discord will be competing for their shot at 1,000 Robux. If you want to join the Discord and get on the competition, you gotta be 13 years or older, but the link is in the description, and also all the rules and that stuff for it are there too. But the way this works is they all had to start off with the same build. As you can see, most of them are very similar, and if you want to make the build for yourself, it's on the top right of your screen right now. It's a tutorial, and then they got 3 minutes to do whatever they wanted to their builds, except for a few things like I said on my Discord. And they're going to be racing 10 laps around the map you can see on your screen right now. So this map has a lot of twists and turns. It's called the Snowy Speedway. And even though it's called a speedway, there's not a lot of chances for you to get up to top speed, as it's mainly off-road. And almost every single one of the checkpoints, you're going to have to do some sharp turns to get them. But it should be relatively entertaining. And let's get right into the racing. Alright, so I'm expecting a huge crash here on the first turn, because that's what we saw in qualifying. But on your mark, get set, go! And they're off. And a lot of them are going to have issues with this first checkpoint. Now, there are, they actually have to have their fuel turned on, because there are actually spots to get fuel on this map. So, I want to do that I wanted to add some strategy, and I wanted to make it kind of, more like real racing. You actually have to have some different strategies coming into it. But Henry right now, running away with it. Everyone else that was super fast in qualifying, all getting jumbled up on turn 1, and Henry's running away with this, much to their dismay. Henry is one of the people they were kind of hoping didn't show up, as he's usually known to kind of try hard and try to find loopholes in the rules so he can win. And I mean, it's worked for him in the past, but he's only really has 2 contest wins so far, so today maybe he gets his 3rd. Now, if you're really confused on how this league's actually going to work, there's going to be different courses. I think the next race we're probably going to do something similar with, like something with the canyons, called the Rocky Raceway. But whoever has the most points at the end of all the races is going to be the winner. And so far, Man out in the lead through the first lap. Man and Henry are the favorites, by far. But looks like Chief comes through, overtakes Henry, goes up the inside, as Henry has a little bit of an issue. Henry looking like he has a higher top speed, but he's not doing a very good job keeping himself clean through the checkpoints. Now, Chief also kind of going slow here, trying to make sure he gets underneath the bridge nice and clean. But right now, Man running away with it. And people, remember guys, you guys go post whatever lap you just completed in Roblox chat once you complete the lap. Don't say it twice or anything, just need to say it once. Right now, Chief out in the lead, and we're going to have our first lapped person here, Mac. He was the last person to actually get in. He has a really nice looking car, but overall, it looks like the British team right here. You have Chief. He's going to overtake him very easily. I mean, they all made very good cars, and it just seems like Mac, with the amount of ping they're dealing with, and the fact that they just didn't have much practice compared to the rest of these guys, he's not really going to be able to put together quite the car. Anyways, Chief off in the lead right now. Looks like he's going to lap GJ solo, which you should definitely subscribe to his channel. He produces some pretty good content. I guarantee you he's probably going to be overtaking me in subscribers at any point, because his channel has just been booming as of late. So you guys should definitely go check him out. Posts a lot of PvP related content. And if you want to know how to kill shredder bugs, well, he has a video for you. But as you can see, Chief out in the lead, and Man getting held up with the lap traffic there. And Chief right now super far ahead of the rest of them. Man started actually getting some ground again. As soon as I thought he was going to get held up, he really just didn't. He actually did a pretty good job of recovering there. But will he actually post, like, whatever, will he actually say what lap he's completed now? There we go. So he actually did say it that time. So as you can see on the side, Man and Chief off in the lead. Okay, so back here you guys can see some of the people that are more back in the pack, and they're having issues with some of these checkpoints. And Icy, who was really a front runner, they actually qualified first. They're having to make up ground here. They're having some issues throughout this race. I don't know what those issues were. What those issues really are. I mean, you can see right there they're running into things or not being the most precise racer on the planet, but so far they just have not had a very good race. Now let's bring our attention back to the front of the pack here, as it looks like maybe Chief has extended the lead. He has a 1 checkpoint lead as they come down into the 10th checkpoint and 11th checkpoint. And let's get a view of them on the straightaway here, as it looks like Chief having a hard time getting through that section. Man getting fuel, passes him on the inside, and pushes him wide, and it looks like he's going to have to respawn too, but at least he completed his lap. And we're going to have to change the camera back over here. I'm having some camera issues at the moment, so sorry about that. Now, where is our leader? There's Man. Representing Cuba. I mean, he's not really representing Cuba, but he is Cuban. Pretty interesting to actually see some different, ethnicities and different backgrounds actually being able to compete on my channel. No clue what lap Shinji's on here, but he might be actually in the running. He might be up towards the top. And as you can see, he's trying to run down the leader right now, which is Man, after Chief might have run out of fuel, and right now that's really costing him. That having to stop for fuel, not exactly the fastest way to be able to get through this course. I mean, there's a few spots you can stop for a moment to get fuel, but having to actually respawn, that's a no-go. Anyway, Shinji trying to catch it back up to the leader. Man putting together some very solid laps here, and Can't actually tell you what lap that was. I think he's on lap 5 now. Yeah, I think he's on lap 5, or that or he just completed lap 5. Whatever, we'll know at the end whenever they stop running. Whenever the race is over. Kind of hard to tell. You guys will be able to see on the side, but as of the race right now, I can't actually tell what lap they're on. It was Man getting kind of stuck up here with the lap traffic. That might be Yes Sir. I can't be certain. It's either Yes Sir or Quackney. But either way, they're holding up the leader right now. And that honestly could be a strategy. You know, if they have any friends in this race or someone like that, they want to be able to get back at the top, they might just intentionally wreck the leader. Hoping that doesn't happen because that's a little dirty, but they could do that. I mean, there are 1,000 Robux on the line, and there's 1,000 Robux can go a long way in this game. Which is coming through, going to complete another lap, and hopefully Roblox does not censor what he says this time. Last time, he said something, and Roblox tried to censor it, and censored it again. Censored it again. There we go, 6-7. Okay, he's on lap 7, and Shinji's running him down. Shinji on the tail of the leader. Leader making a mistake through checkpoint number 3 there. No, checkpoint number 2. Shinji actually might have a chance to get some points in one of these competitions. They almost always find some way to screw it up. And they always seem to bring good kills, bring good builds, but they just never can seem to get it done. So Shinji is kind of slow through the chicane here. Looks like Man has a faster car through the first part of the course here. But I think on the last lap, with the lap traffic, he definitely gave Shinji a chance to get back into the race. Shinji, so far, though, starting to gain some ground, and they run into checkpoint. See, that's the thing. You got to be precise. Running into these checkpoints is costing people a lot of time. You see Shinji right there running into it twice in a row. Okay, so we're on to lap number 8, and Shinji cleaned through there. That's the fastest way to go through. You want to go through one of the shorter ones that gives you a straight line through that checkpoint, and then you can head on to the rest of the course, and you see people running into the bridge. That's just a big time loss right off the bat. These two guys running away with it, and I think that Icy might have actually made their way back. I think Icy's currently sitting in 3rd place, so Icy's back in this race, but they're definitely a little bit further back than the rest of the leaders. Anyways, as we know, they're almost done with their race, but let's see what some of the other racers are doing. Let's see how they're handling the track. We haven't been able to focus on many of them so far. We can see over here we have Chief, who was an early front runner, but he's had some issues as of late, and same with GJ Solo. Didn't have much time to practice. This looks like he's either having some fuel issues, or he's having some downforce issues, whatever it is. It's definitely not pretty. It looks like Man out in the lead by a mile, and Icy might have overtaken Shinji. No, okay, Icy's a little bit further back, but we're coming into the last few laps here, and this is the critical time in the race. Shinji has got to close that gap and has to be clean through the section. They've made so many mistakes throughout this entire race so far, and it's just not putting them in a good position. Also, you guys, if your lap gets censored in chat, you got to keep typing until eventually it doesn't get censored, so please keep doing that. And Shinji, might even try to make a pass for the lead? Wait, where is Man? No, Man is way further out than I thought he was. I thought Man was Henry for a moment. And lap 9, and it looks like they're on the final lap here. Man might be able to win the first one and improve his chances to win 1,000 Robux. But Shinji's going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. Shinji crosses the line, and it looks like Man has an issue. Man has an accident, but so does Shinji. Shinji needs to use this time to catch up. And Shinji runs into the bridge a few times, and that was the only chance Shinji had. Shinji may have just thrown the race right there, as Man left the door wide open, but they can't get through the bridge, and they might even lose another position. Damn, and Man already halfway across the track. Shinji had a huge opportunity there, but as Man got flung out of the track, but Man driving like he stole it, gonna come through and win the Snowy Speedway Grand Prix. Unless something major happens here. He has lap traffic. That's the only hope for anyone else. If Mech somehow finds a way to slow him down, but I don't think Mech's gonna do that. I think Mech is gonna move out of the way and be a good sport. And Man's gonna come through on the final straightaway here, and he's gonna win the Snowy Speedway Grand Prix. Congratulations to Man. Now let's watch and see how the rest of the course finishes here. It looks like a lot of people are actually on the final lap here. Let's see, is Chief on the final lap? Yes, he is. And Chief's gonna take 2nd from the looks of things. Congratulations to Chief. Shinji takes 3rd. Quackney might have taken 4th. I'm not sure what laps these guys are on. But that was pretty big. I'm going to let the rest of them race it out. So if you guys didn't finish your race, keep racing. And, yep, if you haven't done 10 laps, keep racing, because you guys are still racing for points. Alright, well, we'll follow the rest of the action here as the rest of them come through. But Shinji, on that last lap, we're going to get a replay of that. Shinji was hitting the bridge several times, but as he was hitting the bridge, you could also see that the leader, Man, got flung off the course because of lap traffic, and the stuff he used for downforce actually lifted him into the air and off the edge of the course. But you know what? At the end of the day, still a solid race from them, and they're all getting some points. As you can see the scoreboard on your screen right now, I can't look at it because I don't actually know who finished where. I'm going to have to look back at the footage. But It's definitely some big points given out. You know, any point really helps. All right, so here's the final podium for the Snowy Speedway Grand Prix. And as you can see, Unwanted Mishaps, or Man has won. And he is from Cuba, so that's why the flags are up there. You have Malaysia, you have Britain. You also have Chief in second, who somehow came back. He was really far down after going for fuel, but he somehow came back and got second. And Shinji from Malaysia, they were pretty consistent throughout the entire race. They just had an unfortunate mistake on the final lap. We'll see you guys next week when we decide to race at the Rocky Raceway. See you guys next time. Goodbye.